Hey guys, Chris here. It is not easy living in the zombie apocalypse, but I try my best to make it easier for you. So what do we have today? Well, we're gonna make something for the Super Bowl because even though there's so many zombies out there, everybody still likes to eat great food. So I'm just gonna make a few things today and put them together for you to have some easy ideas for Super Bowl Sunday. Let's get started.
Cooking with the vegan zombie.
All right, the first thing I'm gonna make for you right here is some tofu popcorn chicken. And for this, I have some organic, extra firm tofu. This is the kind that I like to use. I found that tofu seems to vary depending on the brand. I like the Wegmans brand, but also like Soy Boy is really good. And you're gonna wanna go with extra firm. You're not gonna wanna go any softer than that because it's just gonna fall apart. So what we're gonna do here with our tofu, as I've done many times, you take your sharp knife and I do 2 slits right here and there. And then you would go over to the sink, but I got this already handy here so we don't have to go over to the sink. And we're just gonna drain all that water out. A lot of people like to press their tofu. That means to get all of the water out of that. I don't like to do that, but what I am going to do is just take a paper towel, or you can take a kitchen towel, and just get off the excess water on the outside. That's all I'm gonna really do, because I like it to be a little bit M word in the middle, the word I don't like to say, and we're just gonna clean up the rest of that excess water. And just another little tip here, if you take a wet paper towel and you put it under your cutting board, it's not gonna move on you. It's gonna stay there nice and firm. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I have a nice little bowl here, and I'm just going to start breaking this apart, and I'm gonna make little chunks like this, almost like little nuggets. Then it goes right into that bowl right here. We have some nutritional yeast, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, dried basil, and oregano, and chili powder. Did I say paprika? And a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're gonna pour this all into here. Okay, and I'll just shake that up a little so it's, fairly coated. And that's really all we have to do, okay? Now, with my dirty hands, I'm gonna go over to the air fryer and I'm gonna put them in there. Let's go. Come on over here. All right, so never mind my dirty air fryer. So I'm just gonna put these in here. Let's get them in faster, because in the zombie apocalypse, you always gotta do something fast, because you don't know how much time you actually have before those pesky zombies ruin your day. So there we go, just like that. And I always like to cook everything. We got a little bit of a mess here. You guys didn't see that. Okay, so we're gonna close that, and I'm gonna turn that on, and we're gonna put it at about 10 minutes. And I always have this on like the highest setting. We can come over like halfway through and turn them over. Let's get back to the drawing board or the cutting board. The second thing I'm gonna make is a pizza roll. And I'm not talking about my popular pizza rolls on the Vegan Zombie. These are rolled up kind of like cinnamon buns, pizza style. Okay, so we have dough here, and I do have a recipe for your own dough, or you can buy it at the store. Just make sure it's vegan. And what we're gonna do is we're basically going to stretch it out, but not in a circle like a pizza. Okay, if you have one of these tools, you can make it a little bit easier. The alarm. Oh, I thought that was a zombie alarm. It's just the timer on the oven. The oven is preheated. All right, so we are just going that. This allows you to stretch it out a little bit easier. Otherwise, you just use your fingers like this to get all the bubbles out and stuff, and it won't be any problem. This will be probably the only time that I don't use flour, cornmeal, or oil on the other side, because I kind of want it to stick to the counter a little bit so we can roll it out. Now, you can buy one of those croissant roll things that come in those little cylinders at your grocery store if you can find a vegan one, which they definitely have vegan ones. So now we're gonna use some sauce, and I like to use Wegmans tomato basil. And right here it says vegan right there, right on it. It's really good and it's really cheap. So if I don't feel like making my own because I have no tomatoes grown this year, then I just go to Wegmans. And then we're gonna put a little bit down right about here. See where I'm putting that? Not too close to the edge, but right about there. We don't want it on the edge because we want that to stick later on. And over here I have some field roast pepperoni. You can make whatever kind of pizza rolls you want. I'm making pepperoni rolls today. You can have sausage rolls, you can have broccoli, spinach rolls. Okay, pepperoni. Okay, let me try one. All right, so we're gonna put some nice heavy coat of pepperoni down there, just like that. Let's go for another row. I used to eat pepperoni rolls all the time when I was like a teenager, before I was vegan. At this local pizzeria. Okay, now use whatever vegan cheese you got. Today I got BioLife Mexican style shreds. So we're gonna pop that right open, and we're gonna put a good amount of cheese down there. I'd say like that to make it nice and cheesy. And the other thing I'm gonna do is I got a little bit of garlic powder. We don't wanna go too heavy, just a little bit. And you don't have to put garlic powder, but I like to spice it up a little bit. And then also some Italian seasoning. So put some of that on there. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are gonna roll this up. And you want it nice and tight so it doesn't bubble up, but you don't wanna break it. Just take it nice and slow. Roll that pizza roll up. And you know what? That would probably be good right there. So what I'm going to do, use this because I don't want to put any dents in the counter with my sharp knife. So we're going to take that right off. And with this, we could make a couple of breadsticks, cheesy breadsticks. And then you're going to get yourself a little cutting board. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to cut this in little cylinders. These are just like little pizza bites. When you do this, use a sharp knife, otherwise it might flatten them a little bit too much. I like to put a little bit of sauce in here. Now you can use a little bit of olive oil or water it down a little. So we're just gonna water it down a little. I'm gonna put some Italian seasoning back in there. I like mine to be really seasoned. And this is what we're doing. This is exactly what we're doing. You got your oven preheated to 450 degrees in the Fahrenheit direction. I like a cast iron. Preferably you want this to be nice and hot before you put them in. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them vertically like this. And these will definitely all fit in there. There actually won't be, I mean, I could have made 2 batches here with this cast iron. I do have a smaller cast iron, which I probably should have used, but this is one I've been using. I really like it. And then on top of this, I'm going to take some more of this cheese and just kind of put it on top like that. And that just looks so nice and delicious. Okay, and we're gonna put that in the oven. It's gonna go in there for about 10 to 12 minutes. And then we're gonna take it out. In the interest of not wasting anything, we are going to take the rest of that dough right there, do the same thing. I really like to do this. It's a little more flavorful this way. And on top of that, we are just gonna put some cheese. We're making cheesy bread. Tofu nuggets are ready. This is what they look like. You could actually eat them just like this. What we're going to do is I have a couple bowls right here. In this bowl, I have just a little bit of vegan butter. I'm using Miyoko's. And also we're gonna just kind of put half of these in this because we're gonna make 2 different flavors. And then the other half we're gonna put into another bowl. In one bowl, you're gonna take your favorite vegan barbecue sauce. Again, Wegmans, Kansas City style. And we're just gonna put a little bit of that in there. In your other bowl, we have some buffalo wing sauce. Now, I don't know if you have this where you are. I don't know if you can find a vegan version. Wegmans has this and it's really good. It's a little bit spicy, but it doesn't seem to be too spicy for me because I don't really like a lot of spice. But if you can't find it, you can always use some vegan butter and some Frank's Red Hot, maybe even a little bit of garlic powder, something like that. So we're gonna put a little bit of this in there. And we are going to mix. Can you do that? Really mix that up good. And then we have a nice little container to put it in. This is our barbecue tofu popcorn chicken. Then we have our buffalo chicken. Very easy to make, delicious. You could even put this on the topping of your pizza if you wanted. You could do so many things with this, or you could just eat it just like this. You can make your own vegan ranch, dip it in there, and there you go. There's one idea of what you can make. And we have our pizza rolls ready to come out in just a minute. I'm also gonna make one more thing for you. I'm gonna make some vegan loaded nachos, vegan zombie style. So the time is now. All right, guys, look at this. Look at that. We're gonna let these cool off over here, and we're gonna go on to our next recipe. We're gonna make some cheesy nacho sauce, which you can find on my channel a few years back. And so we have a Vitamix, and we have some cashews that are in some water, and we have a bunch of seasoning here. So what we have is some nutritional yeast, some paprika, some salt, some garlic powder, onion powder, and I think that's about it. So we're just gonna throw that in just like that. Look how pretty that looked going in with all those colors. We're just gonna let that sit there. You could just skip all of this and use some of this cheese and melt it down, but we're trying to make this dish a little bit healthier and a little bit less processed, so we're making all of our own whole food ingredients. What we have is a nice orange pepper, and we're gonna fire roast this on the stovetop. So we're basically just gonna put this on the stovetop and turn the flame on. All right, our orange pepper is now black. So we wanna just be careful because it's really hot. We're just gonna cut into it. Look how easy it cuts. And it's got a lot of juice in it, so we're just gonna pour that juice right into there. We're gonna take the seeds out. We don't wanna put the seeds into our cheesy sauce. Just take your knife and we're gonna peel the burnt part off, just like that. We're just gonna take these, put them right into that blender. If you're interested in more details on this recipe, you can find it on our YouTube channel. This is actually John's innovation, the orange pepper. We're gonna take this over to its home base, the blender base. We're gonna blend this up. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. And let's taste a little bit. Ooh. Just kidding, that's really good. Okay, we got our cheese sauce. Now I'm gonna make some pico de gallo. And we have a red onion. Cutting onions always makes me cry. Vampires cry once, maybe twice in all eternity. Name that movie. I like this knife because it's nice. It's got a nice big scoop. Got a little bit of cilantro that I'm gonna chop up. Throw that in there. And then we have some Roma tomatoes. We're gonna take the seeds out. Seeds make it a little bit bitter, so we'll just take those right out. And we're gonna use 4 of them. So we have one nice fresh lime, and we're just gonna squeeze all that in there. I like to get all the juice I can get out of it. So I turn it around, get a little bit more. Okay, and the last ingredient, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sea salt. Throw that in there, and we're just gonna mix that up. Look at how fresh and delicious that pico looks. Yum. And the last thing I gotta make for this is some guac. So you get your sharp knife. Just kidding. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now we're gonna take this out of there. Boom. And we're just gonna smash that right into this wooden bowl. I like the wooden bowl because I cannot stand the sound of utensils on ceramics. That's my weakness. A little bit of garlic powder in there, and also a little bit of sea salt. And then we have our lime. We gotta put that lime juice back in there, just like I did with the pico. Some of that cilantro, all right. And then we need a masher, which I'm just gonna use a nice fork for a masher. And we're just gonna get that all mashed up. Very easy recipe. Somebody else probably made this millions and millions of years ago. I got some blue chips here. It's pretty thick. It's pretty thick cheesy sauce. Let's get some of that all over there. Cheesy, cheesy. If you like olives, I would put olives on it. If somebody doesn't like olives, just put it on one side, you know? You don't really need, I just like to put them on there because I like olives. And then the pico, just give it a nice amount of pico. Look at that, that just already looks really good. I got an ice cream scooper, of guac. Look at that right there. This will give you some ideas of what you can just throw together. This was very simple, very fast, and it can make your Super Bowl party that much better and save you from the zombies. So we all know there's only one thing left to do, and that is try it all out. We all need friends here when we try stuff out, so I've got Craig
I smelled
here.
some food.
Yeah, you're always here when I got food.
Yeah, what a coincidence. By the way, she got a new cameraman. That guy sucks.
I know. So,
What?
What do you want to try first?
Honestly, so I had my eyes on these. Like every time that you turn your back, I wanted to try this
but there's like so little in there. Yeah,
it sounded so good.
Well, these are the barbecue and those are the buffalo. So let's go for it. I'm gonna try buffalo right off the bat. And also,
I want to try too. I'm hungry.
Yeah, you can go for it.
It just tastes like wings.
So it's got a nice inside to it because I didn't drain all the water.
Yeah.
And it's got a nice crispy coating and a nice
Texture
taste.
is really good. Texture's really good. It's marinated well. A little bit of buffalo-y.
Seasoned before it had the sauce on it, so.
It's got like some kick, but not too much.
See what you can do with tofu. All right, let's try the barbecue one.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, big old nugget.
This one's definitely sweeter, obviously.
And not spicy.
I think I might like this one a little bit better, but I like them both. If I was gonna load up my plate, I'd probably do even split.
So let's go for
Oh yeah.
pizza rolls. Look at that, just look at that.
We just look at it.
We got some cheese, we got some like baked cheese on the side. I love making things in my
melty,
cast
yes.
iron. Let's go for it.
And this is my first time eating these. You've never made these for these before.
They're so easy to make too.
It's like pizza, but easier.
And the field roast pepperoni is really good.
It's good.
So some of the vegan cheese doesn't melt as good as others. So, but in this case, it melted perfect.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the way these came out. Nobody knows that he's vegan. We have these nachos, and you're probably wondering why I put black olives on half of it and not the other half. And that's because, like mushrooms for me, Craig cannot stand black olives.
That's my kryptonite.
I'll take all the black olives, he'll take all the mushrooms, and we're good.
Honestly, any type of olive, in any form.
Look at that. Got to get some of that guac too.
Oh, yeah. That. It's like a little bit of sweetness in there. What's that from? I'll try the cheese.
I don't know where you're getting sweetness from. It was, I didn't put any sugar in the guac, I promise.
Huh. Like, it's not bad. No, it's actually really good. It's like a very, very subtle sweetness. Like you said, you didn't even like taste it, but I tasted it.
The pico.
I might make this for my family's Super Bowl party.
Other than the chips there, everything else is pretty much whole food. Everything is whole food. This is a little bit healthier version of nachos.
Tofu on there.
Tofu.
That's a really good combo.
Tofu. That's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Craig is also, we're going to go film his video now where he's going to make three things for his Super Bowl Sunday. You can incorporate them any way you want. We just are here to help you guys out. So make sure you go check out his video afterwards at No Egg Craig. Watch out for zombies, Craig.
I'll do my best.
He almost got caught on the way in here.
Yeah.
I had to go out there with a knife. That's why you saw me at the beginning.
Big, strong man.
Anyway, see you guys later.
See ya. The old 1-2 clap. That was 3, Chris. Can you not count?
I said 1, 2, clap.
Cleaning behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Cleaning with the vegan zombie. Okay, take a wooden spoon and really mix it up good. You gotta be kidding me.